It's our baby. It knew we were coming. We're here. Our baby. We're here to save you. Don't worry. We can do it.
Okay, I wonder if those are the two birds that were inside the aircraft sitting up there on the tail of the 707. They've just flown into there. Those are the two birds, or the species of birds that I think I saw in there. What? Urubu. Yeah. Urubu birds. They're like a carrion bird. And they've made the cockpit of NZC their home. Even that's part of the story, crazy as you might think. That's what I call an engine, folks. JT3, Pratt & Whitney JT3 turbofan right there. Probably substantially the original engines delivered with the aircraft. There'll be some people watching this who used to maintain these engines in this airframe, you know that. And there are people watching this who used to fly this aircraft, were pilots or flight engineers or flight crew, flight attendants. Here it is, all these years later. And we're so lucky to have this still around. Such a rare thing. There's an old saying that the aviation industry is unkind to retired airliners, very unkind. But some make it, and this one has. Its final registration, Papa Papa Tango Papa Charlie, in the service of TCB Cargo Airlines. Just been told by one of the guys here that its last flight was actually a takeoff and then a return to the airport after an undercarriage problem. The undercarriage was damaged further when the aircraft landed overweight, and that might explain the problem with the main gear on the left here that's broken away here. You can see that the wheel is sort of around and it's sheared off at the bogie. Anyway, it's good to know, you know, the history of this aircraft. Look how big that flap is. My God. As a kid, I used to watch the DC-8s come into Wellington. I used to see them flying over Newlands on approach to runway 16. These flaps down, coming into land. Quite a sight. Probably this aircraft as well on some of those occasions, this actual aircraft. This is also the aircraft involved in the low flying incident over Newlands back in the 70s, and that made the news at the time. Turned out to be caused by an NDB nav error, so I believe. This aircraft, if you go back and look at the microfilm of the Evening Post newspaper, you'll see the headline concerning that. I think the headline was, "I thought he was going to fly through our round slider window." Here you go.
It's pretty obvious from the look of NZC that it's been out in the weather for a long time, and its cosmetic condition doesn't look so hot, and it looks a little forlorn with the broken undercarriage gear and the way it sort of slumps to one side. But having a look around and factoring out the slime and the dirt, its condition appears to be okay. Someone who should know is Jason Rhodes, the owner of the National Transport and Toy Museum in Wanaka, New Zealand, who's on this trip with Bring Our Birds Home. And it was interesting to get his thoughts on the condition of NZC.
You know about metal, corrosion, artifact condition? What do you make of NZC?
It's an amazing condition. It really is. I would have thought it had more body corrosion, but it doesn't. It's all just dirt and mould that's there. A good pressure clean, and look, should be like new. There is so little corrosion around it. Yes, there's work to be done, but nothing that we can't do or capable of doing.
You also made comments about the tanks full of water, so there's some work to be done on a biosecurity level to sort that. But again, that's kind of doable, isn't it?
Oh, look, everything's doable. It's just there is going to be a lot of effort needed on pressure cleaning and just getting everything ready to actually come into our borders alone. It will be a big job, but it's all just stuff. It's not heavy work. It's just steam cleaning everywhere, inside everywhere, cockpits, the whole lot will have to be done. So it'll be pretty clean by the time it gets to us. And I just think it's an amazing piece of equipment that, you know, we've just got to try our hardest and do our best to whatever we can get.
I said in the comment before the camera that I can see it at your museum. I can visualize it there. What about you?
Oh, without a doubt, it's going to be, you know, there's no one else with anything like this, and there never will be. And as I say, this is our last, you know, one, so we've got to put it all out there and do our best.
You know, as I've been walking around NZC, I've been, you know, just visualizing this aircraft rocketing through the stratosphere in teal and later Air New Zealand colours, and then of course the airlines that operated the aircraft subsequent to its Kiwi operation, rocketing around Pacific skies at 600 miles an hour, 38,000 feet. I can just see it. Amazing. Where would we be without these guys? Hey, nowhere. Our country owes these guys something already. Thank you, thank you.
De nada.